had a weird thing happen. Coming out of Longs, and I'm across the street, and I'm waiting at the light to walk. And I noticed across the street, there's this black dude sitting on a chair, and he's surrounded by all this like kind of trash and a cart, like a shopping cart that looks like it's full of stuff, just knocked over on the ground. And in this whole trash heap, this black guy is sitting on a little like beach chair, screaming about Houdini. He's like, Houdini, Houdini. So I'm just, about to go on my own way, and I noticed there are these two little Asian kids standing with me who are about to cross the street and go over to where he is. So I'm like, oh, fuck that, I'm going with them, because you don't know, you never know, some guy screaming. So I get over there with them, and the kids go their way. He's still screaming about Houdini, and I just look over at him, and he looks at me, and he just smiles and starts laughing, and I just start cracking up too, because the situation's just so ridiculous looking. Like, what's going on here? Who's Houdini? And it turns out through this kind of conversation that we had, as it was, he was, I don't know if he was on drugs or something, but he was, or maybe, I don't know, who knows. But there was a guy who had that cart full of stuff that just disappeared. He said he disappeared, like Houdini. He said he just vanished. And he went through his stuff, and he goes, look at this, I got this, I look like I'm going to school. And he had like a little school backpack on. He goes, you left jelly? He just showed me all the stuff he left behind. So the chair was in there with it too. So the guy just sit in the chair, he picked through the stuff that was left. And yeah, he said, I don't know how he just disappeared. He just, boom, he disappeared, he vanished, like Houdini. Kind of weird. We've talked about here, and I've done videos about how homeless people don't usually leave their carts. They don't leave those things, especially when they're full of stuff. And there was a time where I was finding tons of carts. We're going to go to the mall. And I was taking pictures of them, because it's kind of weird, like, were they being picked up off the street? Because, I mean, there is a very healthy organ trade that goes on here. And, traditionally homeless people are a great resource there, because, no one's looking for them. No one's going to report anything. And, I only think that because I can't imagine a circumstance where they would leave their carts there. And I've seen other videos around the country where people are finding the same things, like their full carts. Just say hi to Don Ho. Just sitting there on the side of the road, and it's so unusual that they would leave them. They don't leave their stuff like that. There's a psychological thing going on. Hey Don, how you doing, buddy? Always looking good. Forever young. They had if anything, they like to collect more and more stuff. We have people here that walk around with those big hotel carts, just full of stuff, So they don't leave that thing. So this cart, he said he didn't knock it over. He said it fell over. And, when the guy vanished, he just vanished. And the cart was on the ground with all the stuff. And this black guy got through it all and grabbed it. I don't know why, it was just funny. I think we both just realized that the situation was just kind of funny. He's sitting there in this fucking whole trash heap, screaming about Houdini. And then it was weird. It was like, because you see people sometimes screaming and carrying on, and sometimes it's a demonic thing, as as I've gone through here. But this wasn't that. He was just, maybe he was shocked or something. He seemed like he saw a man disappear from what he was saying, and it was just funny. So sometimes when you see weird stuff, like I know when I've had experiences, supernatural, if you want to call them that. The first one I ever had really comes to mind in 1996 when me and my friend on Easter had a experience where we saw this strange entity. Who we were laughing, because it's just funny. we're also crying though. Your emotions just kind of go weird sometimes. So I don't know if it was like that, but he was like, yeah, I just vanished. You know, I got this, and he showed me all the stuff he got. I'm like, all right, man, have a good day, brother. I just started walking, you know, left the area, and I was thinking about it, and at first I'm like, yeah, I don't know, maybe he thought he vanished, but I don't know, maybe he did disappear. I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's definitely weird. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of that lately. Like the carts with no one minding them. That had ramped up really bad right before. No, it was right before, right after. No, because it was after COVID. Because I was doing a video about it. Where it was happening so often that I started a video and said, I'm going to walk around the neighborhood and see how many we can find. And I remember we found 3 of them, or I came across 3 of them. And so it was happening a lot, where people were just getting snatched. But this adds a new wrinkle to it if what he's saying is true. And I don't know, I mean, who knows? You don't know. But he said he vanished, and the cart just tipped over. This is a weird place. A lot of weird stuff happens here. As you know, if you've been visiting me over the years, you've seen and heard a lot of weird stuff. It is definitely a front line in the spiritual war, if you will. The vortex downtown, when we had those holes opening up here too in the atmosphere. Oh, all kinds of weird stuff, you know. I can't go down the list, but yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm doubling back here to go to Ross because, of course I am. This is a great time to be out. I always talk about that, like how nice it is before noontime, you know, because there's a sparse kind of amount of people out here. And for the most part, they're all pretty like normal. Like there's not a lot of screaming or carrying on or problems and things going on. So it's nice to get out here and just get some sun. Sun's important. You get a lot of vitamins from the sun. Although I don't know about this sun, whatever he's done to it. This is not the warm yellow glow of the sun a lot of us grew up with. It's a white, searing. The burn from it too feels really weird. The burn is intense. It's like a chemical kind of feeling on your skin. Mia just complains to me about that all the time. She's like, that sun is like, it's not like anything, until she walks home during the afternoon sometimes. I usually try to stay in during that afternoon time because it's just too much. I'll come out later after the sun kind of starts setting a little lower in the sky. But yeah, I don't know what that thing is up there. But whatever it is, it's definitely local. It's not far away, over many millions of miles they say it is. It's funny, I know the moon is 500,000 miles, but I always confuse the sun with the moon distance. I did a whole video about that one time where I kept erroneously saying that the sun was 500,000 miles away. It's not. It's supposed to be way, way further than that. Even though if you take a plane and you go up above the clouds, you're right parallel with it. It's ridiculous. Whatever. Nothing is as it seems. Alright, we're gonna go into Ross and look for more plastic shit. I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for dropping in. Until next time, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.